I am back and with some more State of Decay 2 and with some more of the CRM. We're on episode 17 of the Let's Play. We're going to carry on as always. And there's been a bit of news since I last played. The State of Decay did their first stream of the year, which it's probably quite a few weeks passed away now. But they're gonna be updating Infestations and Sieges. But they're not gonna add it into the game too quickly. Like they said, they want to put it in the test server for a while because they want to add more stuff to it and take stuff away. But I'll talk about it in this episode. An update to 360 games that I can stream. Because I had trouble streaming Grand Theft Auto. I tried another game, this arcade. It was a 360 back compact game, and there was audio. So I'm thinking that the reason why there's no audio is because it's Grand Theft Auto. And Grand Theft Auto, because it's happened twice with no audio, and they're both been Rockstar games, with GTA 4 and then GTA San Andreas, the 360 version. So I'm thinking it might be just a Rockstar thing where they mute the whole stream, which is weird because they allow Red Dead Redemption 2, even though that doesn't have radio stations and stuff. They allow San Andreas, the Definitive Edition. They allow Grand Theft Auto 5, because I did some online stuff a while ago. So it's a bit weird that the 360 version is just muted, but I'm kind of hoping if that works, I'll be able to do like Deus Ex in the future, because that's one of the series I would love to do, like the Deus Ex games, and one of them is on 360. And I didn't want to just start from the second one because that'd be just weird. But yeah, there's a chance that Deus Ex series could work. It's not completely lost playing games on 360, because I thought it was like a Twitch issue, but it seems to be a Rockstar issue, which is annoying because the fact that the audio does work for other games, I could have been doing Grand Theft Auto 4 if it was working. But yeah, we'll continue. Sorry for that little ramble, but yeah, I tested yesterday on a random game because I had one installed on my Xbox upstairs, and I was like, let's see if this works with audio. Just stream a minute or so with me not talking, and it worked. The audio was playing through, and it was a 360 back compact game, so there's a possibility to play 360 games, because it's worked for OG Xbox games like Star Wars Battlefront. So I thought it was always weird that it was just it was just 360 games, because I thought, nah. I had a feeling it was like, oh, it's probably just a Rockstar thing. But luckily, it's all good.
I think I've got something we can do. My son's mace wasn't the only decent weapon at that last Ren fair. I could probably arm our whole community.
Guess we can go and do that.
Think about getting on that. All right,
give us
I'm getting started.
But we'll talk about the infestations in a minute. But it's good to be back in State of Decay, because I've been watching a lot of Get Good Fox. I don't know why. He's one of my favourite YouTubers on State of Decay, and he's got it, like every time he plays it, I'm like, man, I want to play it. State of Decay so bad myself. But yeah, take that. Have some first aid so you're good and strong. But yeah, this is what they've updated. Well, it's not now, and it won't be for a while on console, but for a while we've had the updated visuals to infestations, like the icon, but they're updating it further so we'll know what level of an infestation it's at. So like this is probably a level 1 right now, so in the updated version it would have like a yellow dot, one yellow dot for level 1, and then we'll see like a yellow circle, like somewhat powering up almost, like leveling up. Something similar to, I don't know, like in The Sims 4 when someone's trying to do the task, you have like a bit of a timer of how long it's going to take them. Something like that. And then once it does that, it levels up. And it'll keep doing that till it's a level 3. And what infestations will start to do now is they'll start spawning hordes.
Hey, we need a hand over here.
And hordes
Strength in
will
numbers,
start
right?
going towards your base. They'll start going towards your base. That's their target. But on the way, they might infestate other buildings, somewhat like their own territory system. And they're going to start spawning from play carts as well. And they're going to start coming towards your base. And as soon as an infestation horde hits the base, a siege will start. So, you know the sieges that are on a timer now? So every 40 minutes there's a siege. That's not around anymore. I suppose we could do that. Yeah, I suppose we could do that. We gotta be careful. There's people there. Alright, let's go do this. But yes, infestation is gonna start attacking our bases now and outposts. So I don't know. Say if there's an infestation here or something, the infestation will probably target this outpost first. And if they get to this outpost, I won't be getting materials anymore. I can go and clear it out and I've got my materials back. You don't like lose outpost completely. I'm kind of interested in that idea though, but it would be irritating to, because you don't want to end up having to babysit infestations all the time. But I do like this change. Like, it does make it seem like it makes it seem like the infestations are actually a part of the game now, instead of it's just like a chore to clean up, or you're just going to do it to improve morale a little bit. And it's going to make sure you keep on top of that task as well. So you're going to be like, oh shit, is there any infestations on the map? Oh yeah, there is. Let's deal with it now before we start getting issues. Because I think they want to look into... because if there's a way to prevent sieges now by keeping on top of infestations, that means that the game could essentially get a little bit easier from that standpoint of not being attacked as often. So they might end up... That's why they want to do more time testing this feature, because it's like... It's going to take a lot more testing and like manpower to sort out, I guess. But it's another really good feature coming. Like, I weren't expecting them to add stuff like this, but like for me, it's just going to add more. The State of Decay is already a good game to just keep playing forever, but now it's at the level of you can just essentially just keep playing forever, almost. Like with every update, there's more reason to, like, there's something always to do.
Fire in the hole!
Oh, I'm an idiot. Of course the infestation isn't in the building, like it says.
I need to slow down.
But yeah, the game's going to become a lot more interesting. Like, well, the infestation side of everything as well, anything. Not a bad way to start the year though, for like an update like that. I was just getting like happy with like just just TLC fixes, because I've noticed on Twitter a lot of people have been talking about the AI, like the followers, they're not shooting very correctly, like they're kind of missing the shots, and I've noticed it, like the AI, they're not aiming for the head as much as they were, so unless they're like working on AI,
Looks like I'll be right on time.
and they're going a bit dumb, but the thing with me is I would have been happy with like little TLC updates, but they seem like they've got a good pipeline of content. And I think they did say all 2022 is going to be mostly content for State of Decay 2. Oh. Oh. Oh, that's not good. Well, I could just quickly loot up and then we'll be alright. As long as we don't have any noisy bastards.
Well, I don't hear anything lurking about.
And it's going to be more reason for the simulation to fight
for.
against you. Really? You've come here for a sickle? That's what you're... Whoever you're related to is going to be arming themselves with.
I can't wait to get these back to base. We'll be outfitted like an army. From the 1300s, I mean.
Well, we already are. I thought what zombies sitting down there? Just chilling. Oh, we got some stuff to sell, I guess. Yeah, I thought, who's chilling here? I thought what zombie sits down.
I don't want to be here any longer than I have to.
But yeah, of course, by the time they do anything, whenever they do update the main game, they might have updated it by the time this is up on YouTube, but I doubt it. Like, they seem like they want to keep this on the test server for a while. So it seems like it's going to be around for a while. Maybe she would be better with a mace. Just to keep people knocked down. And I did see, because like I said, I've been watching Get Good Fox, and he was coming up with the thing that, because he's been playing this other game as well. It's a bit like State of Decay in a way. It's like this zombie, a down view sort of game. It's a bit of an indie game, and it's kind of interesting. It's very State of Decay.
Not exactly what I was hoping for.
I can't remember the name of it. Hang on, let me have a look. But it's pretty good. But he was talking about how in that game, there's a lot more of an incentive to hunt down zombies. Like like in State of Decay 2, especially in Lethal and Nightmare, the best way to to survive is just to ignore the zombies, and that's weird in a zombie game. Let me just say, Get Good Fox. Highly recommend Get Good Fox. He does great stuff. Let me have a look. And he started to do 7 Days to Die, which I wish 7 Days to Die would get updated on console. Because I bought that on console and it's like, it's fine as it is. Like, it's a good fun game, but mine is like such an it's so outdated on console now. Because I watch people on PC and they've got like such a cool version of that game. And I'm like, if a proper good studio was able to work on the console version, because I think there's still a lot of people playing 7 Days to Die on console. It's just that it's not getting updated, and it's like really it's just a bit buggy. It's a shame, but The Last Stand Aftermath. That's the game, I think. And it's a bit like State of Decay. It's a bit of a zombie survival. Like you keep collecting resources. It's not open world, I don't think. It's more mission based. But Get Good Fox were talking about how in that game there's a lot more of an incentive to kill zombies, which we kind of had that in State of Decay a while ago.
For me, don't mind if I do.
Because you used to you used to be rewarded for killing a Juggernaut or a Feral, and now it's a bit like you don't get anything really for killing them, and that's why I don't go after Juggernauts anymore, really. Because it's like, why do I need to go after Juggernaut? I might wait for my cardio to have a look. But yeah, it's just State of Decay used to have it so that if you killed a Juggernaut, you got like I think you got about over 100 influence for it, and it was really rewarding because it was like, okay, it's worth.
Looks like this place is
because it's a lot of It's a lot of resources for. It's a lot of resources to deal with.
No room for that.
God damn it. What shall we trade? Hang on. We'll get rid of that. We'll put that away. Keep the bullets. We said we're gonna arm our... Actually, maybe... How good is that? Lethality, dismemberment. I might keep that one, because that might be good for a bladed. Oh, actually, that's pretty good. Nah, we got loads of melee. Let's sell them. We need the influence. But now you don't get hardly any influence for killing Juggernauts.
That's almost as much as I can carry.
Ferals, like, I kill Ferals because they get in the way. Like, you kind of got to deal with Ferals because they're, like, there. Whereas Juggernauts, you can just avoid them. Whereas Juggernauts, you can avoid them and ignore them. But that shouldn't be the case. It should be like, I just need 100 more influence to buy what I want. I just need 100 influence to buy what I want. So I'll go and kill this Juggernaut or a Feral or something. I'll go hunt down a freak. And you get rewarded for it. But now it's like, might as well wait for the next mission to pop up. Or do trading. And you just end up avoiding zombies. And it's like, you're playing the zombie game and you've got some really cool freaks in the game. And you're essentially like, pretty much being told there's no reason to kill them. I know it's meant to be hard, like State of Decay is meant to be harder, but on the harder difficulties, but I think when the harder difficulties are more revolved around trading, like Lethal and Nightmare, we need as much influence as we can get, so using a bit of like resources to take down a Jorg, that's going to be a lot more useful than avoiding them and knowing that they're not going to provide anything to the playthrough at all, you know? If anything, you should get less for lower difficulties because it's easier, I think. Because they kind of had that system before, but they removed it, and I don't know, it's just...
Hey there.
I hope they could change it. They could easily change it back,
okay?
but...
Alright.
To me, it makes sense. It should stay as it was. Oh, that was 85. 94. That's worth a lot. Keep the seeds. How many? And we've got tons of influence. I don't know how we've got so much influence still. And we've got tons of supplies. Am I on the right difficulty? I feel like when I do my next playthrough.
Let's trade, okay?
Okay.
I feel like when I do my Commonwealth playthrough after this. Well, it won't be after this. After this will be. After this playthrough will be. Heartland again. With that other group, that other pair of repeat characters. I want to do that. And then we'll be back with Commonwealth, the more State of Decay, the Walking Dead communities with the Commonwealth.
Alright.
And I'm kind of thinking maybe for that playthrough we bump up. Keep the difficulty on
Take
Nightmare.
care of it. Any
Or
updates?
bump these two up maybe. I'd be up for trying that. Because it'll be the last season for... I would do it on Nightmare. But then a part of me is like... eh. I don't know about that. It's a bit... it's a bit... Not sure if I'm ready for that. So you know what? Shall we go on foot and get the rest of that? We might have some stuff to trade, even though I don't need it. But yeah, it kind of irritated me to realise that you can stream 360 games. Well, you can, but I thought it was just like there's no audio for any of these. What the fuck? So hopefully I will be able to do Deus Ex one day. I'd love to do that as a Let's Play. But we've got quite a lot to do. So I'm kind of thinking once I've done Halo, I might just stick with Mass Effect and Assassin's Creed. And then maybe do something when I get a little bit somewhat fatigued with Mass Effect maybe, but I doubt I'd do that. It's Mass Effect, so. That's some good stuff to trade. Whoa! Not me.
I'm about to drop.
I'm kind of thinking about giving.
I was bored, so I went out and found a few things. You're welcome.
Actually, I'm kind of thinking it'd be kind of cool if, when they do update the infestations,
No more creepers. We're good to go.
maybe there'd be more reason to scout out these locations, so you could have like a barrier. Like, if you've got, say you've scouted out a location and it's safe, the infestation will go to one of these instead. Like, as if you've been there and they're like sniffing you out. But I don't think it's going to be as bad as, because when they did the stream, they amped up the speed. When they did the stream, they turned up the time the infestations grow. So they were getting attacked a lot. They were having like 20. They were having like 5 or quite a few hordes coming at them. And it was like, oh shit, there's a lot. But it was a cheat. They just wanted to show how the infestation was leveled up. It's not going to be too different from what it is now. I think they'll just because I think they pop up now on a timer. Like every so often, infestation will pop up and grow. That's how it's going to work still. But it's just that they're going to operate in a way that they'll try and target you, like your
Would you
base.
like to trade?
Okay.
So you're going to have time to do other stuff. Like in the stream they did. It kind of was like, oh god, like you have hardly any time to do anything else you want to do, but it's not that. It's you're gonna have it's just gonna be the same. It's just the infestation is gonna be more, like the infestation is gonna be more connected to the like plague territory, I guess. Like it's trying to simulate plague territory.
We're coming to help. Hang tight.
Well,
Why
that'll
do
be
you
stuff.
always put other people ahead of us?
That'll be stuff to trade. But yeah, it's just. But it's trying to just simulate, like the plague trying to spread out a bit more in a way. Like I know that it's probably not plague zombies. I don't think infestations will plague zombies, but when you're a nightmare or lethal, it'll be more like that though. I think it'll feel more like blood plagues growing because from
Be
plague
careful of
carts.
plague zombies around here.
Damn, why is there all blows in the room? Infestation. Oh! Infestation also starts spawning from. Oh no, that's not good.
Someone's in real trouble.
No, I don't. I am helping. I've just got ferals on me.
Cloud is poison.
No. Get this feral out of the way. Oh dear. Oh my god, no. That is bad. Come on, I can't destroy all these walls, I need them. Ah, shit. Hey, got him. Oh, you get some more decent 10, like 10, but it should be like 50 for ferals. Because then like 3 of them is like 3 at 50. Well done. Ah, we did alright. So we got some stuff to trade now. Looting. Try and get stuff that's worth it, even the guns.
Well,
deserves
I guess
it.
our plan didn't really do them much good.
See, the whole tactic of waiting them to death. what was my tactic? Ignoring them to death. That's it. It
I'm
works.
not seeing any more of them.
Didn't have to use one gas grenade on them. I don't have any gas grenades, but it worked. They tell me there's just one of them. It can't be just one of them. Is it one of these? It's... Ah. Oh, nice.
That's pretty heavy.
Oh, that's pretty good. How did they die when they have meds? Some good stuff. That's some good shit. I suppose we could leave it there. Yeah, I ain't got much space. Unless they've got like bullets or something that are useful. Let me just have a quick look. There might be any one of these Zeds. Yeah. Believe it, let's go trade. Yeah, we ain't got much choice. Ain't got much choice in the matter. Would have been nice if they had fuel on them. But really, updates like this to Infestations and Plague Territory is just adding to like the replay value of this. Like State of Decay 2's replay value is already good. Like I've been playing this for years, and I've been happy somewhat since day one. It was never perfect day one, but I could have been happy if they, like with Juggernaut Edition, I would have been happy. Oh, that's it.
Hey, amigo. Time for you to stop ignoring us and bring over some supplies. Like right fucking now. Oh, fuck.
Don't you know me? I'm the best person at ignoring people to death. Got you. Good. How did that damage my vehicle? How did that make my engine smoke?
How about we see what we've got?
Yeah, sure.
He's got good aim, but he's using a shotgun. He seemed to be better. Like that guy's alright.
Nobody make fun of me for being mushy, but this here feels right.
Thanks, kid.
Striking. We've got so many people striking in our group. Now what we could do with is repair kits. I suppose we could... Can we make them? Or do we need like Oh, we can make them. We've got some parts. Yeah. Oh yeah, that was one thing I wanted to do.
Along with folks like these, but here we are.
I guess we'll leave it for next time.
The network tells you to survive out there on your own, without our help. But I say that's your call to make, not theirs.
Let's be honest, if my vehicle... Let's be honest, if Screamers can pop your windows, they should be able to pop blowers. If they're nearby. Man, the blows are everywhere. What the fuck? It's blow to heaven today. Well, you can't deny the replay value in State of Decay is just constantly getting back. Like, that's the thing. I've only spent £40 on State of Decay. Well, probably a little bit more. Because they did do Heartland separate. And that was like £8. So I spent about £48 on this. And that's all I spent my money on. I've not bought any skin packs or £8 for blue like Halo does. £8 for blue in Halo Infinite. And State of Decay has been around for 3 years and I've only spent £8 on an expansion pack. And it was a map, story. It wasn't very short, but it added gameplay features. Hang on, sorry. Like, come on.
I hope we didn't just screw ourselves out of an ally there.
They're alright. Ain't my problem. They should look after themselves a bit more.
Hey everyone, did you miss me?
But yeah, it's coming across over 3 years now, ain't it? And I haven't spent a penny extra than what I bought at launch. Because I remember I bought the standard version, and then I was like, no, I went to Xbox support and I switched it for the Ultimate. So it was only like £40. And that was just for everything, you know? £40. And yeah, it was a bit scummy when they did Heartland and they sold it separate. But I was fine with that because it's Trumball Valley. And when they asked only for £40, and they did it at release, and that's the thing. When they released the game, and it was a bit poor. It wasn't a rip-off price. Like Halo Infinite's campaign right now is £60. £60 for just the campaign, and with a multiplayer that is kind of working, with kind of bare bones, like terrible progression, and a store that is trying to rip you off for every penny you've got. And then you've got State of Decay and Sea of Thieves. Like, I compare it to Sea of Thieves, where State of Decay's launched in a bad way, but since launch they haven't asked for an extra penny really. And you've got to give them respect. They've added packs to the game through the bounty system with multiple weapons, outfits, and if you think that was an EA game or a Ubisoft game, there's no time savers in this, there's no XP boost, there's no customization, like you buy outfits, there's none of that. You just play the game and you get what you play. And maybe that's because of Game Pass. Like they say that the reason why they're able to support this is because of Game Pass, because I guess State of Decay has a high amount of people playing it, which is pretty good.
Take charge around here?
And yeah, like 3 years of pretty much still what I bought at launch, and not one regret from buying it. it's a pretty good deal. And I've not felt like I've been ripped off it at one stage. Like when you play something like Battlefield, like even Battlefield 1, when I used to play that all the time, it was like I still had to pay an extra £40 for all the expansions. Like I wanted to because I really enjoyed the game, but then it's like, if you were a good studio, you wouldn't. You'd give every expansion for free. You'd keep that player count up. Because if you think about it, good word of mouth, you're going to get more people buying the game. Because I've made a lot of people buy the game because I said it's that good. And they're not trying to rip you off, and people have bought it because of that reason.
I'm heading over now.
I suppose you could get them food. And yeah, like, and when Undead Labs are doing weekly streams talking about what they're adding, what's coming, they're always showing off like screenshots from fans. They're always doing community events. They're always doing giveaways. And you think, if this was any other studio, like, I remember when Battlefield, like that was one thing that Battlefield 1 did so well. Like, they used to do weekly streams for Battlefield 1. And I think they ended up changing it to monthly, but they did weekly streams for ages on Battlefield 1. Talking about when updates were coming out. And the fact that 2042 or Battlefield 5 didn't do that is just a crime. Because Battlefield 5, maybe Battlefield 5 would have had a longer lifespan
If I
if
take
it
out the
did
nearest
that.
plague heart, this should clear up.
Instead of saying to their fans, if you don't like it, don't buy it. Like that sort of stuff. Like, don't fucking do
They
that.
don't quite trust us.
And they need to start making, like, game developers, they need to start making people that buy the game the fucking villain.
Check this out.
And moaning at them for, like, complaining about if your game's broken or you're trying to rip us off with shit we've had free before.
Let's be real. Giving them what they want isn't going to make things any better for us.
Maybe not.
I guess it's fine if you want to walk around the place.
But yeah, it's just, I'd recommend people buy an Undead Labs game, State of Decay 2, over any EA game, any Ubisoft game, any day. Like, this ain't a game for everyone, sure, but when we're always moaning about games that are ripping us off with skins and their microtransactions, go to a game that doesn't have that. Go to a game that doesn't have that and things would be dandy. Let me just see. Yeah, let's go get that. We need building materials. Now, would I be able to play State of Decay forever? Probably not. And will State of Decay survive when there isn't updates anymore? I think I'd still come to it, because the thing is, will State of Decay 3 be as finished as this? I hope so. And if it isn't, I hope they say it's game preview. I hope they say, oh, it's early access still, but we want it. We want to give it to the fans, because I'll buy it no matter what. But like a normie who thinks it's like a AAA release, and they know that, and it is broken, say, like it was with State of Decay 2, they'll have bad reviews, and it shouldn't be like that. They should just say, yo, we're releasing it because we need to, one, get a bit of the funding, get it out there, and get it tested, and then people don't mind. Because even State of Decay 2 was, like I said, it was £40 at release. So it was technically a game preview early access price, in a way. So it wasn't completely unseeable that something was not working with the game, but the one thing that I didn't really like with State of Decay 2 when they were promoting it was I spoke about it before, but during because IGN had loads of exclusives for the game, like early streams for it.
This is a lot of stuff to carry.
And I was not a fan of.
We have a horde moving in our direction, but we'll be able to weather it just fine.
I wasn't a fan of them. Undead Labs. They're talking about all these bugs are going to be fixed at launch and stuff like that, and it was a red flag then. And like most of them bugs were in the game at launch, like with the co-op.
That's pretty heavy.
And yeah, like that stuff I'm not a fan of. Like I'd rather them just say like it's going to be buggy at launch and that's it. Because like I'm like Grounded, they're doing so well now. Like Grounded could have said, "Oh, it's finished," but it is not. You know, they could have released Grounded as £60 game, and it's in-game preview. Like that wouldn't have worked. If you release an unfinished product, you should sell it as an unfinished product. And not. Is it like a lot of the time it feels like you're ripping off people that you're gonna want to keep around for a long time.
I don't have room for that.
But I think State of Decay, they did make up for it rather quickly though. Like it wasn't like State of Decay isn't an Anthem, or it isn't like an Anthem where
I can't carry anymore.
they do a few updates and they think they're trying to do it well, and they get a few fans that are a bit fed up with them not updating the game and not being transparent, not doing weekly streams like Undead Labs. They do weekly streams, and I think if Undead Labs didn't do weekly streams for State of Decay, people would have forgot probably about this game. Not me, or like not for like the big fans of the game, but
I guess that's everything here.
the fact that we get to hear from the devs and what they're working on, or what they like, or just seeing them play their own game, and see that they enjoy their own game is better than say, because I bet you any money, Battlefield devs don't play Battlefield 2042. Because I did a stream on 2042 and that is not good. That release is bad. And I bet you any money, DICE, they're not playing 2042. If they're gonna play their own game, they're gonna go on to they're gonna play one of their older games. Because that's what I did. Like I went from playing 2042, then the next day we hopped on to Battlefield 1. And the amount of people playing Battlefield 1 is insane. There was at least 15 to 20 servers full of Battlefield Conquest, and it's crazy. Like it's so good. Yeah, let's get that. And yeah, you couldn't imagine DICE playing their own game. And really, that's what they should be doing right now. Battlefield 2042. If they want to save Battlefield 2042, they should start doing them weekly streams for Battlefield 2042 instead of being dark. It's like with Halo Infinite. At this stage, 343 should be doing weekly streams, talking about what they're fixing, what they're doing, and face like the criticism. Because if they don't face the criticism, they're not going to change. They'll ignore it. They'll release the next £8 purple skin, or the dog ears, or something stupid. And it's absurd, like, why would you spend £8 on a... Why would you spend £8 on Blue when you could like, your money should be given to an indie studio. There's so many indie games right now that are way worth your time than a blue skin in Halo Infinite. It's just a crime, and then when you have like devs saying, "Oh, we need the money to support servers and everything," no,
There's
you
more
don't.
Zeds out there than I can count.
Oh, sure, there is cost of servers in that, but but if you're gonna isolate your friends and not fucking
Just dropped off a bunch of goodies.
stop. Nice one. I'm kind of thinking of getting rid of the watchtowers. I'll keep one of them, but I'm kind of thinking of getting rid of this because it's kind of pointless. I think I'd be better with another farm or I need chemistry, don't know, for that. I wanted to make the
I need to catch my breath.
Crush a few more skulls and we win.
Oh, it's like, why is there no one on the tower? What the fuck? I think there is one. There's one person up the tower which can take about 3 people. Right, team. Oh, we're right. How? Oh, that trade is gone.
We were well prepared, and we made it.
Yeah, like, I think if State Undead didn't do the weekly streams like they did, like they've missed a few weeks, which is fine. Where they just play the game or they do announce something new, at least it's like, it's so much better because you actually see who's working on the game then. Instead of like seeing just a tweet from like this, like when you see a tweet from the studio from Battlefield, or like a Battlefield sends a tweet out talking about the lore of Battlefield 2042 and you're like, excuse me, your game's fucking broken. Why don't you do a stream and talk to your fans face to face instead of just putting this corporate garbage out? Because like, Battlefield people don't care, they just want a good shooter, you know? And they don't want this corporate nonsense. They want to see that you're doing something behind the scenes. And it's like with Infinite as well, like, apparently Big Team Battle's been broken for a month. And it's like they should have been doing a weekly stream since the new year about what they're working on. Even if it's like nothing's out, a fix is out or anything. Like, they need to start facing the criticism, because if they don't, people are going to resent the studio. Whereas Undead Labs, they face that criticism from day one. Even if they did flunk of some of the answers, like, I remember with customization in State of Decay, like outfits and everything, they were like, it's a lot of time and resources. It's something that probably will not happen, sort of thing. Like, they were somewhat skimming around the idea, but then a few months later they did it. Which is, I like that sort of idea, but then it's like, we're not stupid. Can you or can't you do it? I think they've been a bit more open on Undead Labs now, though, especially recently. Though with the infestations that they're changing, they say that they've deliberately said they're looking at doing even more changes to it, which before they would have said there's more stuff that we can do, but we're not sure if we can do it. But so either they've got some more smart asses working on the game, which I think they have, because we've had some really cool updates lately, and updates that I thought wouldn't be possible.
Hello? Would you be willing to meet up for introductions? I don't bite, I promise.
Oh, the infestation. They need to fix that as well. Infestation's not spawning in. Wow. Let's get this.
No more hordes of
Like,
slabbering
emptied.
undead. Must be our lucky day.
I need to start looting. I need to just go loot something, you know? But I think next time we'll... Because I was thinking I need to get some more recruits, because we've got 6 people. And I want to end up moving to this big base, because I want to use a Haven device on it. So I need 8 people. So I'm thinking... We need 2 more people, so maybe to recruit 2 Red Talon operators. And then we've got our CRM team.
Gotta end that one.
And what I'm thinking is if... Because I want to do this as a Sheriff Legacy. So I think she might become our Sheriff. I wanted to have a Rick Grimes-esque character, but I suppose like she's, I don't know, a bit of Judith, I guess. Judith Grimes is a good alternative. Unless one of these operatives is like a good Rick Grimes alternative, maybe. But we'll have to see. And who the...
I'm coming to join you.
You're a lifesaver.
Let's go see what they want then.
I'm here.
She can deal with the infestations.
It wasn't as bad as it gets.
Oh, they got plague.
Hi there. Roger, Roger.
I feel
I'm surprised.
I've lost count of how many times I've thrown up.
You know what would make more sense? Is if you had to give them a crate of plague vial cure. You know that you can make packs of plague vials? That's what you should give a group of them, not just one. Because one plague vial doesn't cover 3 people. So it would make more sense if you had to make a pack of them. Why did I shut the door? I don't know. Did you know that you... Because now, like they just want one, but that's weird. Like you should... Really, for these quests, you should have to craft the bulk. Because it's like... That's for multiple people then, in theory. But I get it, it's cheaper. More convenient, I guess, but... It would be kind of cool if you could make plague steel bombs. Shit. Oh shit. Here's your plague cure and get the fuck out. Where's your friend?
Over there.
Oh no, this is bad. They're dead. I guess I get to keep my plague cure. They're so dead.
This isn't happening!
Bye everyone. Bye. Bye everyone. Whoops. Whoops. That went bad. At least I get to keep my plague cure. Whoops. That went bad. Oh dear. That's the way of the world. Yes. Pocket. Suppose I could wrap up here. Suppose it's a somewhat good place to end. There's nothing else I want to do right now that doesn't. So I've got a few ideas for next episode. I want to do, like I said, I want to recruit people. I need to sort out these outposts because they're just not doing anything. Maybe take on these plague hearts. So these need to be done for this base anyway. Because I want to make that. I want to have the big base and then have the Haven device plugged in. So I want to see if the range is any better on a bigger base. I don't think it will be, but it'll be worth seeing though. I love them. Foggy. Oh, look at that. They should have a photo mode. I would like to see a photo mode. Just end with a nice photo. But never say never though. Like that's another thing I've learned is never say no to possible outcomes for State of Decay. Because like I said, I never thought I was one of them people that was like with customization. I'd be like, I get the whole, because they always used to say customization for characters was to keep the randomization of that character unique in a way, and I somewhat agreed with that. I liked that idea because it was like that in State of Decay 1 until they added customization, and then I'm like, ah shit, I can actually make them characters a bit more iconic with what I like if it wasn't for the character customization now, I wouldn't have probably done I probably would have done Let's Play series, but I probably wouldn't have done like the Saviors or the Whisperer series that I did. Like that whole thing was because of customization, being able to put a Juggernaut mask on and act like a Whisperer. That's pretty cool. Before, that would not have been possible. So like, never say never with State of Decay. Like, you might have an idea, like some things are a bit far-fetched, like, because I checked the wish list and weather is still high up on the list, like weather, and they kind of did it with Providence Ridge with the fog, so they can do some weather like elements, and like I said, I've been hearing thunderstorms. I would not be surprised if they could add like different weather types to different maps. So like one map is a bit more rainy and that's it, one map's rainy, like multiple. That'd be cool. But if it doesn't, I'm not mad, because we've already got a great game, and if they're adding features like that are more gameplay focused, I'm interested in that. Like, if they can add updates that are quality, like controlled, and keep up with the TLC updates that are like cleaning up any issues, because I have noticed a few issues recently with the AI not being so tuned to target enemies. Like, they were okay today. Like, some of the traders, they were pretty smart. That last group wasn't, though. They were fucked no matter what. Kind of glad that I didn't have to give them play cure, because they would have died anyway. But yeah, it's just I'm liking all these updates they're doing, and they said they've got another year of this. So State of Decay 3 is quite a way out. I wouldn't be surprised if State of Decay 2 is still being supported in 2023, which I'm all down for. Like, I don't want State of Decay 2 to go anywhere yet. I've got no interest in stopping streams or videos or anything like that, because like, this is probably my favourite series. Now sure, if I wasn't doing my other Let's Plays and I was just doing State of Decay, I'm not sure how long I could keep going, I'll be honest, because it would be a lot of just the same, looting, base building. Like, there's a lot of stuff to do in State of Decay, but if it was the only game you played, it might weigh you down a little bit. That's why I'm still able to play State of Decay. I've been playing this for non-stop months now, because I've been hopping onto different games and playing like that. Like, say I was just doing Grounded, I probably wouldn't have lasted long playing just Grounded. Same with like Halo. I don't know, like, I'll probably last longer if it's more story-driven games like Halo or Metro or Doom 3, because there's an end goal to that. Whereas State of Decay and Grounded and games like that, they essentially don't end, even if there is an ending to a legacy or something. Essentially, there's no ending to State of Decay 2 or Grounded or The Sims, stuff like games like that. There's no ending to them, and if you're just playing them non-stop, they do weigh you down. But if you're switching from game to game, you've got that variety and you've got a reason to come back. And when most of these episodes I end on a point where I could have gone for another hour, and I do leave it there, it means that I'll want to play it when I come around. But yeah, it's a lot of good new stuff coming. I'll try not to wrap up, because I kind of, this episode's kind of just talking about that. It might be out, like, that update might be out by the time this is up on YouTube. But I have a feeling it won't be. It might be something else, maybe. Because by the time this is out, they might mention multiple other features that are probably coming sooner. Because it seems like they're working on multiple things. They're working on map changes. Because I think they've mentioned before they're working on map updates like Providence Ridge, and what was the last map they did before that? Was it Cascade? Was it Druckett County or Cascade Hills? I don't know. I don't think they. I want them to update Cascade Hills. That's the one I want them to look at, because that one's a bit. Going back to that map, there's some things in that kind of don't look as good as, say, Trumball Valley or Providence Ridge. Like, for me, them maps where you have like dirt roads, and then you've just got a concrete building sort of thing in the middle of nowhere with no paths or anything, like, that needs to be looked at. It's a bit janky looking, but yeah, all good really. So just keep an eye out for future videos. There'll be another State of Decay tomorrow where we'll continue right where we left off. There would have been some Assassin's Creed earlier on today, Halo Infinite tomorrow morning, then in the evening there'll be State of Decay. And then the day after that will be Assassin's Creed And then in the evening of that will be The Long Dark. And then the day after that will be Halo Infinite. Then in the evening, Long Dark. So we're starting up The Long Dark this rotation. So not tomorrow, the day after. We'll see how that goes. That'll be a bit different. A bit of a survival game. I don't know how long I'll play that game for. It all depends on if I grab to it as well as I did with like Grounded or something. But we'll play it for a little while, see what happens. And just, yeah, some stuff coming. And then there's been some Mass Effect. And yeah, maybe in the future we'll do some Deus Ex if that works for streaming. I hope it does, because that's one of the Let's Plays I would love to do one day. Deus Ex games. But there's home now. Now that I've tested the 360 audio for other streams, it is possible. It's just like Grand Theft Auto, I guess, Rockstar Games. So yeah, I guess we'll wrap it up there for today. So as always, thanks for watching if you've been watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.